The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the mid-15th century marked a pivotal turning point in human history. Before its arrival, the production of books was an arduous and painstaking process. Manuscripts were copied by hand, often within the cloistered walls of monasteries or the exclusive halls of royal courts. This labor-intensive method meant that books were rare and precious commodities, accessible only to a privileged minority, typically the clergy, nobility, and scholars. Knowledge, therefore, was a closely guarded treasure, reinforcing rigid social hierarchies and limiting education, religious interpretation, and intellectual debate to society's upper echelons. With Gutenberg's innovation, the landscape of information changed forever. The printing press introduced the possibility of creating hundreds, even thousands, of identical copies of a single text in a fraction of the time it once took to produce just one. This revolution in book production dramatically reduced the cost of books and made them available to a much wider audience. For the first time, merchants, artisans, and even some peasants could own and read books. The democratization of knowledge began in earnest, and with it, the foundations of modern society were laid. One of the most significant consequences of the printing press was the standardization of languages. Prior to printing, regional dialects flourished, and written language varied widely from place to place. As books, newspapers, and religious texts became more widely available, they began to reflect and reinforce certain linguistic norms. People who may have once spoken mutually unintelligible dialects now encountered a common written language in print. Over time, this linguistic unity fostered a sense of shared identity among speakers, contributing to the rise of nation-states and national consciousness in places like Germany, France, and England, long before the emergence of modern political borders. The content available to readers also expanded dramatically. No longer limited to religious or classical works, the public could now access texts on a wide array of subjects, including science, geography, medicine, and philosophy. This diversification fueled a growing appetite for learning and inquiry, accelerating the pace of scientific discovery and innovation. The works of astronomers, anatomists, and explorers could be widely read and built upon, leading to breakthroughs that would shape the modern world. In the religious sphere, the printing press had profound and sometimes unintended effects. The Catholic Church, which had long maintained tight control over the interpretation of Scripture, found itself pressured to adapt. As Bibles and other religious texts were translated into vernacular languages and distributed widely, ordinary people gained direct access to the Scriptures. This shift weakened the Church's monopoly on religious knowledge and interpretation, paving the way for the Protestant Reformation and the emergence of multiple denominations and schools of thought. Legal systems, too, were transformed. Laws, codes, and statutes could now be printed and disseminated to the public. This increased transparency fostered early ideas of legal equality and civic participation as more individuals became aware of their rights and responsibilities. Perhaps most importantly, the printing press laid the foundation for the concept of public opinion. As information flowed more freely, grassroots movements and intellectual debates began to flourish. Artists, philosophers, and scientists could reach audiences far beyond their local communities, inspiring new artistic, scientific, and philosophical movements that transcended borders. Even in commerce, the press played a subtle but powerful role. By making information more accessible, it helped break down barriers between social classes and empowered voices that had long been marginalized. The template for today's information society was established, and the ripple effects of Gutenberg's invention continue to shape the way we communicate, learn, and interact with the world. The printing press was not just a technological breakthrough. It was a catalyst for social, cultural, and intellectual transformation. Its legacy endures in every book, newspaper, and digital message we encounter today, a testament to the enduring power of shared knowledge.